Hello everyone, Vicki Achard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a little bit of a different setup. I have my painting on an easel, and this was actually painted in 2019. It's called Deer in the Woods. And if you remember, last week I worked on a picture that was in the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore, and it was on the drive-through, the beautiful scenic route. And guess what? This was on the scenic route also, and I saw this deer. Isn't that absolutely fabulous? I just love the foliage. The birch bark trees are fabulous in Michigan, up north especially, and just the foliage here and the deer. However, I wanted to do a little something different to this painting also. Now, you won't see a little bit of this because I covered this up because Tom has already matted this. It was already in its package, but I wanted to change a little something different because it bothered me all this while. So I finally am getting to it. I'm so excited. So today's the day. So see this mouth right here. I'm going to change that up a bit. Looks a little funny. So let me see what I can do to this. I'm putting some water on my brush. This is an acrylic Lowell Cornell brush, I believe it is. I want to take this a little bit away, and I've never actually painted on my easel like this, but I didn't want to get any paint on the mat. I was too afraid to drag it over and to get it on the mat. So I'm doing it this way. Let's see how this is how I would paint if I was doing it plain air. Okay. Yeah, that black line just it looked like part of the mouth, and it looked funny. So that's what I'm fixing up. I think I'll take this line below the mouth out also. Just kind of spread that around a bit. And there's just a little bit more mouth. I'm going to try to bring this down a bit. Maybe even take that away a little bit more. Might add paint to this area right here. And I'm actually not liking how far that mouth is going over to the left here too. It's just too big of a area for the mouth, I think. I'm going to try not to get any on the sky. Aren't these pretty mats we have for our artwork for the watercolor? I love them in the white mats. Now I do have a mop brush that may be a little bit more stiffer. Let me try this. Okay, and I think I could bring that mouth up a little bit there. Looking better. Looking better. Okay. Now, I'm going to let that dry a bit. I'll show you what other part I'm going to work on that I didn't like about this painting. I think I have a hill floating in the air here. And I don't like that. So I'm going to try to put a little bit on there. See what happens. I think I'm going to go with my number. I don't want to go too small too quickly. See if this, yeah. So let's try that. I'm going to spritz my burnt umber and burnt sienna. I have my palette right here. I'm using M-grams today. That's what I painted this with, M-grams. I'm going to bring this hill right here. I'm going to start right here. And I'm not going to show you all this on camera. I'm going to finish it off camera because it'll take me a little while to fill all this in here. I just want you to have an idea of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to fill all this hill in right here. There's little trees here, little birch bark trees growing, you know, in the background. And I don't know why I didn't finish that, but I can go right over that blue and it'll be fine. And I won't go over the trees though. Then take a little of that brown out. That looks like it's floating in the air. Then I have to take that out. And there's a little bit right by this birch bark tree that I'm going to have to paint in right there. So let's see here. I'm going to go around everything. All right, let's take a little paint. I'll show you what that's going to look like. All right, let's start right here. I think I'll start right here actually. Come down here. It's like, you know, like another hill. So if you notice, I have to go between the leaves and such. So it's going to take a little bit of time, and I'll probably have to do another glaze, or maybe 3 glazes for this. I want it pretty dark back here. I want it basically darker than this. And I am going to put a little texture to this hill, which means I'm going to go like that with my brush eventually. Maybe in my 3rd glaze, I believe. I think I'm going to do that. So, and it'll just bring it all together. Now, you know, this mouth, before I took some of it away, looked like that in my picture that I took. So remember the last painting I did, I told you I like to paint what I see. But in this case, maybe, you know, the artist and not the photographer, you know, of what it really was, I can change it up. I have that privilege, you know. So if something looks a little funny to you when you know, you have your photo, change it up a bit. You don't have to put something in, or you can take something out of your photo, of course. You would probably do that without even me mentioning that, right? But if you're a beginner artist, what's nice about being the artist, you know, you can change things up a bit. So I'm going to continue on with this just to show you what it's going to look like. And see, it's going right over that blue. And in fact, the blue will make it a little darker. So that's good. So this hill's going to go this way, and then it's going to come down right here like that. So you get the general idea of what I'm doing. So it's going to be nice. It's going to look like I think it was just one hill, you know. So that's what I did, but then I decided it needed something in the background, but then I should have I think, finish this to make it look like another hill. See? So that's that. Now, let's see how our mouth is doing here. I'm going to dry this. And I'm going to see, I think I'm going to use Payne's Gray actually for the mouth. Looks like I originally did that anyway. I don't want it too thick, but I don't want it too thin either. I think I'm going to use my number 2. Yeah. See here, let's get some Payne's Gray. I hope it's okay, my setup, and you can see things well. Let's see. Let me see if I got enough paint and not too gray. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, let's see what I can do. Bring it down from about here. Okay. I think I could take a little bit of that black away if I wanted to. I think I'm going to leave it. I think I like it. Okay. Then I'm going to put a little brown on the left side. Maybe I made it a little too thin, his face on that other side maybe. Let's see what that does. Is that going to be too dark? I think it'll be okay. Then I think I'm going to bring this down here, the face. Like that. And then I'm going to spread this out a little bit. And put some more color here, just a little bit. Well, I think it's looking better. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this black away right here when I go off camera right here. And maybe put another glaze of color right there, a little darker color, so it's like a shadowy color. I think that'll be better. I may erase this a little bit right there. That's bugging me too. So I got a little bit of work, but I love doing it, and I'm so glad I did it. How do you like this easel? Isn't this nice? Tom made this when we did the art shows, and we used to put one picture, one big picture here, and it always used to sit on the side of our tent. So we really enjoyed doing that. So thank you for joining me today, and I will post a picture of this finished, okay? And come back next week, and I think I have about 8 things lined up as far as painting. One in acrylic and wood, and then I'm going to be painting my grapes over again. And what else? Oh, I still have to do a Christmas card for this year and some other things. So I think you'll enjoy it. So come back and join me again, and hope you enjoyed it. Okay, have a great day. Bye now.